Okay, what is leveraged trading? Okay, this is a term if you're somebody that's interested in trading and you're watching people on social media and they like, oh my God, I turned, a dollar into, $98,000, right? And, you're thinking about, signing up for their course or signing up for their subscription, and they're going to teach you, how to turn a dollar into millions of dollars in 3 months, right? 9 times out of 10, that is leverage trading, okay? And I'm going to show you what it is, and then I'm going to give you my opinion on whether you should do it or not, okay? So what I have laid out here is I just picked a random area to invest in Bitcoin, and I'm trying to see, do they tell us where I invested? Was it here? I think it was here. Okay, 65,000 something. All right, so I just literally picked something random. I just literally took the mouse and clicked. Okay, all right. So if you see here, right, if I invested in Bitcoin right here, and I invested $1,000. Okay, let me show you real quick where we are. I invested, here's the entry price. I invested $1,000 and my risk is 1. What that means is it's just like a normal trade. I take $1,000, I put it in Bitcoin, I go long, and we see what happens. And what they've done is set up a stop loss, which they've set up to stop out, I think, at this number here, 64,871. Okay, because every trader tells you that you have you got to have a stop loss to protect yourself. Okay, so in that scenario, let's get out of here. In that scenario, if I invested here, right, from 65 all the way here is 2.62%, and I would make $22. Okay, but if it didn't go my way and it goes against me, it would stop me out right here, and I would lose $10. So what you call this is basically a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. I'm willing to lose 1 to get 2. Okay, now I can tell you, I just randomly did this. If you trade like this, you're going to lose. Okay, I'm gonna steal from Dave Ramsey a little bit. He said you're gonna lose your butt. That's what's gonna happen if you trade like this, right? You'll understand everything by the end of this video. So this is what traditional trading is. And unfortunately, you have to also take into account the brokerage fees. So if your broker charges 1%, right? Even if you make it on this trade, if you make $1,022, they're going to take $10 if it's 1%. Okay, now you got a lot of, Binance. I know they used to charge 0.2%. That's why Binance is king, right? But you have Coinbase, for example. Coinbase can charge up to like 2%. In fact, if you try to buy Bitcoin at this number, Coinbase will not even sell it to you at this number. If it's 65,619, if you try to buy here, as soon as you hit the buy button, Coinbase will say the price of Bitcoin is like 66,000, 65,900, right? And then if you try to sell it, instead of being able to sell it at this price, Coinbase will say the price of Bitcoin on your sales is 65,000 even, or 65,000, 64,900, 61, somewhere in there. That is what you call the spread. So basically, If you trade back and forth on Coinbase like 50 times, maybe 60 times, you can start with any amount of money. You will lose all your money trading 50, 60 times, right? Especially if it's like $1,000 or something. You'll lose it all. I'm talking about if you just hit buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, like Bitcoin doesn't even have to move. That's what's called the spread. So when you're trying to trade like this, especially with these amounts, which in trading is not a lot of money, and you got people out there trading with $10, $20. So just imagine, right? So this is boring. And you have a greater chance of losing your money. So what do? What you do then is you increase your leverage. And instead of risking one, like, a normal trade 1-to-1, you do 25-to-1. So now this is a 25 times leverage trading. Now look, in that same movement, instead of you making $10 or $20, you actually make $574. Okay, if it goes your way, $574 on that same 2.62% move. But if it goes against you, right, and where is it closing? All it has to do is go from here to here, not even 1%, right? In fact, I think I need to go back real quick here. I think I made a mistake. The 750 is what you have left. So you're doing a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. You're losing 1%. You're losing $250. Okay, so my bad on that. I've never ever used this before. But you're losing 250, so you would have 750 left. Here's the issue. Now the next trade, let's see if we can do this. The next trade, since let's say you lost, right? Because if we actually did this, you lost. Bitcoin went down from here. It never made it to your spot. Okay? It never got up there. You got in here, it went up a little bit, you thought it was going your way, and then it came back down, and then it stopped you out. So now when you go into the next trade, and this thing is, I'm missing my point here because this thing is going up. When I started setting up this video, Bitcoin was 63.5, and I'm like, yo, I would go long crazy right here. And I'm gonna show you why. All right, so now you go in with the same parameters. You've lost $250. So the next trade you can only go in with 750. Even if you win, you now have $1,180. You tell yourself, mentally you say, ooh, I made 430 bucks. But in reality, that's not true. In reality, you started with 1,000. So you didn't make 430, you made 430 from the 750 when you already lost 250. Okay? So technically you only made $180, and again you got to pay another fee. This is how people lose money trading. And what I've talked about, these moves, just since I set up the video, Bitcoin has almost made this move in just the time in the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes. These are not big moves, but you could literally lose 25% of everything that fast, right? And if you keep doing this all day long, all week long, trust you're going to lose. You're going to lose 1,000%. Okay, I think most of y'all already know. Y'all can see where this is going. You don't do this. And if you think 25 to 1 is crazy, do you understand that there are people that do 50 times leverage? Even more than that? So literally, you're risking that much more, and you can lose that much more in a move that happens all the time. The majority of crypto, this is how they trade. The majority of your influencers, this is what they tell you. And so what happens is, if they happen to hit on a good trade, they show you the good trades. Oh yeah, look at this. I had $1,000, right? I turned it into 1,600. That's 60% of the day. Why you holding? Why you holding? Yeah. Why do that when you can make 60% of the day? Follow me. Sign up for my course. Let's get it. They're not showing you the times that they lost. Or what a lot of influencers do. I found this out. They have 2 accounts. And they go short on one account and they go long on one account. And whichever ones work, that's what they show you. They only show you the ones that work. Right? So now, as I said, if I was trading, you can see it right here. When I started this video, I would have 1,000% went long. And I'm not trading. I'm not telling you to trade. In fact, I'm saying the opposite. Do not trade. I'm going to show you that. Okay? In fact, let me just do that now. Let's get that out the way right now. Why not? Oh, well, BSG, man, I feel like I'm pretty smart, man. I can do this. Trust me, dude, you're not that smart, right? You're going to lose your money. Okay? This is a nothing move. Okay? But look at this. If you're looking at this as a trader, what are you thinking? Oh, man, this is going down. Look at that. Oh, man, people saying this is going down. Look at those red candles. Okay? So I'm going to go short. And you're down here. Look at that. I mean, that is as nasty as it gets, right? Oh, I'm going to go short right here. You already lost. Now check this out. This is the monthly Bitcoin chart. So this is literally Bitcoin from the beginning of when TradingView started looking at it. Notice how different it looks. Notice it don't look that scary. Notice that you still see it in an uptrend. In fact, that same trade, I believe the way TradingView works, could be wrong, but they keep your screens the same. So this trade is somewhere in here. You just can't see it. You see how when you zoom out, you see how little that movement is? That's no kind of movement. But people are right now, there's somebody short in Bitcoin right now. That's 100x leverage that just lost their whole account. Because they're looking at hourly charts, 15-minute charts, even 1-minute charts. But if you zoom out, right, you see this is still in an uptrend, right? I'll take it a step further. If you don't trade, right? Imagine me. Here's me in 2013. You can't eat. It's a speck. You can't even see this. Imagine me trading Bitcoin in 2013. Imagine me looking at hourly charts in 2013. There's no way that I thought this was going to happen. Since I conditioned myself to hold, I'm just holding. And where did that condition to hold come from? Did that come from, I always knew Bitcoin was going to be it. Oh, yeah, I knew. I'm the man. Oh, I knew it was going to blow. Is that where it came from? No. Let me show you where it came from. It came from the fact that after years, I had finally figured out that what I was doing wasn't working. This is Amazon right now. When was the all-time high? The day before, was this Monday? Last week sometime? All-time high. In the history of Amazon, the all-time high was in the last week or so. Okay? Now let me tell you what I was doing. I've known about Amazon since way back here. And do you know what I was doing with Amazon back in 2007, 2008? You know what I was doing? I was trading Amazon. I was going long and shorting. Primarily, I was shorting Amazon. That's what was happening. And let me tell you, some days I made money shorting Amazon. So I thought I was hot stuff. Oh yeah, they ain't making no money, which they weren't. I still don't understand that about stocks. You invest in stocks to essentially get a percentage of the profit that they make. So my mentality was, if they don't make any profit, then why am I holding the stock? And believe you me, I'm still right about that. I'm still right about that. But the issue is, you had a lot of people with millions and billions of dollars that for whatever reason wanted Amazon to go a certain way. And my little account couldn't force it the other way. So if I had to just went with it, you see what I'm saying? So I had learned back here. And I didn't just learn with Amazon. There were dozens and dozens of stocks that if I had just held them, by the time I invested in Bitcoin, I would have already been a millionaire. Instead of being broke with no floors and no bed to sleep on. I would have already been a millionaire. Because I was taking 10, 20, 30,000 back then. Right? Or where was that coming from? Because I started with like a couple thousand. So I told you I was a great trader. I would take that 2,000 and I would turn that 2,000 into 20,000 so quick because I'm good. I'm really good. But the issue with trading is all it takes is one time. And so I was wrong a few times, one time. Like literally, I literally won. I told you this guy, before. I know y'all don't believe me. You don't have to believe me. God is my witness. I won on over 95% of my trades. I won on over 95% of my trades. It was the few times that I lost that wiped me out. And it was because of the type of strategy that I was using. The same strategy that helped me turn 2,000 into 20,000 would be the same strategy where I would lose that 20,000 in one trade. Okay? When the whole time, all I had to do was nothing. Hey, I'm going to get in Amazon. I don't understand it, but, people seem to like it. I'm going to get in Apple. I'm going to get in Google. And mind you, this is in the face of, right, 2008 happened, big major crash, all that, right? And still by 2013, not just because of Amazon, but because of everything. There's one particular stock that I was dead set on. I thought I was going to make like $500,000 in a month. That was my goal, $500,000 in a month. In that month, it didn't work out, and I lost everything. But 7 months later, that same position would have made me $500,000, and then a few months after that, it would have made me $1 million. Just that one position. Just that one. That one broke my heart. Because I knew that it was going up. I knew that it was going up. What happened was they were working on a pharmaceutical. They were working on this drug, and I knew that the drug was going to be great, but this scam research company came out and said, oh, this ain't going to work. And they didn't have any documentation. They didn't have anything. But for whatever reason, it worked. And that blew my mind that somebody could essentially, this was FUD before FUD started, not have any facts about anything and essentially FUD something, and it went down. Right? So here's me thinking, all right, well, I know this is fake. People are going to find out that this is fake. So when they find out that this is fake, this is just going to pop right back up. And so I'm going to buy some monthly options that expire next month. People would have figured it out, and it'll go right back to where it was. Well, in a month, it hadn't gone back to where it was. It was still about the same place. But in 6 or 7 months, it went way beyond where I got in. And I would have made that $500,000. I invested $25,000. I would have made that $500,000 easy. And then a few months later, it would have been $1 million. So that's where I learned, hey, this trading stuff just doesn't work. It just doesn't. And so the thing to do is to hold. I started looking at the richest people in the world. And I didn't spend that much time researching because I didn't have to. Because what I found was all the richest people in the world were people who held literally one stock or one company for years and years. With the exception of Warren Buffett. He held a lot of companies for years and years. He's been holding some stuff for 20, 30 years, Coca-Cola and stuff like that. 20, 30 years. So the richest people, I'm like, the richest people in the world are holding. And so I started looking for traders, and I couldn't find any traders among the richest people in the world. And the first trader that I found, somebody that made a bunch of money on this one trade, what I found was that this person used their influence to make the trade go their way. So it wasn't even a real trade. He shorted the British pound and then used his political influence to force the UK government to do something that would make his trade work. They didn't know it at the time. They didn't see it at the time, but he set it up that way. He forced policy to make the pound go down. And that's why that one trade that he did worked. And that was the richest trader at the time. Somebody using politics. Everybody else was holders. Everybody else was investors. So I'm like, I'm trying to provide for my family. I can't find a job that will keep me. What am I going to do? I'm thinking this trading is going to work. It doesn't work. It doesn't matter if it's stocks or crypto or anything. It just doesn't work. But if you zoom out and hold, and I mean, look at this. I mean, oh man, look like Amazon going. I mean, this is a huge fall right here. Everybody that bought down here, I mean, look at that. Right? So I've done videos like this, guys, you know, over and over. I've never done a thing on the leverage trade. So I think you can gather what my recommendation is. Number one, don't trade. Don't trade anything. Don't trade crypto. Don't trade meme coin. Don't trade. Number one. Number two, especially do not leverage trade. Do not leverage trade crypto. You will lose. Right? Because even if you win, you're going to end up losing. What are you talking about, BSG? If I win on this, right, and I make $1,600, what do you think I'm going to do again? Do you think I'm going to risk the same amount of money that I risked before? You think I'm going to risk 750, or you think I'm going to risk the whole 16? Or you think I'm going to risk 15? See, that's the issue. Once you win a few times, you feel like, oh, I got this. Let me not go in with 750 or 1,000. Let me go in with what I made, because, you know, I'm watching Instagram and, you know, my man got a G-Wagon or whatever. I'm trying to get a G-Wagon, if not this month, for sure next month. I mean, all I got to do, I made, right? Comment below if this is you right now. Oh, man, I made 50, 60% on this trade. So all I got to do is put that same money. And so, you know, like, I'm going to turn 1,600 into 2,400. Let me see what that is. Let's just do this. I'm going to turn that into whatever that's going to be. Let's see. 50x leverage. Oh, man, look at that. Yeah, man, I made money on that trade. I can do it again. So I made 1,600. Now I'm going to put the whole 16 in here. There we go, 1,600. I'm going to set up the same trade. And, oh, man, look at it. I done made $3,100. I was right again. Right? This is you. So what do? You put the 3,100 in. Oh, bro, man, I'm at $6,000. I'm at 6,000. Let's go. I didn't turn 1,000 into 6,000. You getting followers now. Man, I should make a course or something, man. I can get some more people. I done 6X. What you holding for? Let's do it again. What you gonna do? You gonna put the 1,500 in? You gonna put the 3,000 in? No, you gonna put the whole 6,000 in. This is what it does. You feel it in, bro. I'm up 11,000. Oh my goodness, I'm about to start. Man, I'm about to start looking for houses. we about to move up out of here. I'm about to start calling mortgage people, realtors, and everything. Maybe I'm not talking about you, but this was my mentality. This is literally what I was doing, right? So we made 11,000. What we gonna do? We gonna put 6,000 in? We gonna put 9,000, 10,000? No, we're gonna put the whole 11. What I got? 11,764. That's what I'm putting in there. Bae, we about to be moving out of here. I'm at 23,000. You might as well start packing. Go and get some boxes from Home Depot. Start, packing stuff up, because pretty much in like the next 2 trades, I'm gonna have like 100,000, and I'm gonna have money for a down payment on that house we want. Yeah, I'm gonna have money for that $500,000, $600,000 house we want. You only got 23,000 right now. I know, but I'm basically perfect on my trading, right? So literally, all it's gonna take for me is like 2 to 3 more trades. We're gonna have money for the down payment on a house and probably a new car. So we about to be up out of here. This is what I used to say. And this is how I used to talk all the time with my wife and my kids. Trading. So now what happened? All right. We're going to put the whole 23,000 in. Okay. And what we got here, since we arrogant, hey, I'm not going to worry about no stops or nothing like that. Right? Because we've been winning. So what happens? All right, so let's see. How much did we lose? I want to make sure I get this right. I don't want to move this. Well, at 50x leverage, 2%, is that everything? Yeah. 50x leverage, 2%. Y'all know what that means? That means that's all your money. If your trade goes against you, am I at 50x leverage? Yeah, 50x leverage. Your trade goes against you. You see that open P&L? You lose everything. 50x leverage. If it goes against you 1%, you lose 50%. If it goes against you 2%, you lose 100%. Now, I was not using leverage back in the day, so this is not how I lost my money. But it's the same thing. It's no different. And this was happening with me over and over and over. And amazingly, I had to lose so many times, right? I lost over 500,000 for sure. I'm talking about starting from a couple thousand. I work my way up, make 20,000, make 18,000, right, and lose it. That's what I'm counting. Get more money, put it in, da 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 da. When all I had to do, and I thank God I finally figured it out, all you had to do was hold. Told you, see, that trade's still there. You can't even make out the numbers. Okay, now, why did I say when I started making the video, oh, I would have went long 100%? Why did I say that? One thing, okay, and this kind of stuff helps me long term. Okay, whenever I have doubts, I just come here and I look at how many people are short. And right now, 50% of the market is short. And only 34% of the market is long. That is a dead signal for we're about to go up. Because what I've learned over years is when the market is leaning one way, the market makers make it go the other way. So right now, everybody is leaning short. So when I saw that, I was surprised. I'm like, oh, wow, this is going down. And so I looked at it, and I'm like, okay, let me see what's really going on. Oh, too many people are short. This is going to go up. That simple. And the more shorts we get, right? Like I want to see what happens when we go up a little bit. Will more people start shorting? Because when people have conviction about what's happening, they go in heavier. They go in with more. So as long as they keep shorting, Bitcoin will go up. And the opposite is true. If you have most of the market that is bullish, the great majority of the market that is bullish, then there's going to be a pullback. But again, I don't trade, y'all. I could make a ton of money trading Bitcoin. I really could. Right? But it's just so much easier to just be cool. And with the amount of money that I started with and the amount of money that I have now, there's no way that I could have achieved what I have achieved by trading. There's absolutely no way. Holding is the best thing, period. You have more time to yourself. You have more time to do other things, right? You have, more time to be a better father, right? More time. If you got a job, you got more time to dedicate to your job. Whatever it is that you want to do. You want to have a side business. Okay, fine. You can do all of that just holding. You can't do any of that as a trader. Because you are consumed with your screen time, everything else, 8 different screens. You're consumed with trying to find the next 1-2% out there. Because at the end of the day, that's what it amounts to. If you can make 1% a day in trading using leverage, you can make an insane amount of money. But eventually, I don't care if you hit 10 times in a row, because most people don't have discipline. Right? And trust me, I was hitting several times in a row. Because you don't have that discipline, all it takes is 1 or 2 times for you to lose everything. So the easiest thing to do, it doesn't matter what you trade, what you're investing. Like I said, find it, do your research, invest in it, hold it. If you think something is the future, then why are you trying to buy and sell today? If you think such and such token is the future, why are you trying to get in and out today or tomorrow? Or so many people don't like 100 because it makes you hold for 100 hours. 100 hours. Oh man, I don't like that. That's too long. What are you going to do in 100 hours? 100 is not about holding for 100 hours, bro. It's about keeping folk out that would want to get in and out. So that way, everybody that stays in it is people that want to hold it long term. Right? That's what it's really about. But whatever it is, I didn't need no 100 hours for a chain link or other stuff. I just understood it. But you got so many people in crypto trying to trade. That's what, like, real talk. I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. Where Bitcoin right now is relationship to the money that's been printed. This is pathetic. I'm just going to keep it all the way real with y'all. This is pathetic. Bitcoin should be 200,000 right now. And the only reason we are not at 200,000 is because of all the traders. And the exchanges aren't going to say anything because they make more money when you trade. The only exchange person who used to try to tell y'all, hey, y'all don't trade, just hold, was CZ. And I always thought it was interesting. I'm like, bro, you make more money from people trading. He's trying to tell you, hey, man, just hold. Just hold. Nope, I'm a trade. So if some of that was eliminated, Bitcoin would be able to fly, because if you truly understand Bitcoin, this is real estate. So why would you be giving up and reacquiring real estate multiple times in the same day? Oh, I like the house. Oh, no, I don't like it. Oh, I like the house. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, I like the house. Nah, get out of here. You're not going to do that. And Bitcoin, from a real estate perspective, is no longer the 1700s or the 1800s, but it's probably still 1930. So what were the house prices in 1930 versus now? Almost 100 years later. There are houses right now worth millions of dollars that you could have bought for a few $1,000s back in 1930. Or there were houses that weren't even built. There was land that you could have acquired, right? That's Bitcoin. There's only so much of it. Big money is just coming into it. The average person is not in Bitcoin. That's what BlackRock and others are doing. They're setting things up for the average person. Man, I need it to happen soon. Why? For what? You're only looking to acquire something that's going to lose value. Everybody that sold Bitcoin back here, trust me, they wishes they still had it. Whatever they bought, and I don't care if it's a house that they're living in, they wishes that they still had their Bitcoin. Their Bitcoin has appreciated more than their house. So that's the way to look at it. But hey, you know what I say? You can do what you want to do, right? I can only share my experience, guys. And I'm giving you this stuff for free. That's one of the reasons why I shut the course down. Number one, I'm just taking too much of my time and stuff like that. And, you know, people don't want to let you live and always DMing you. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to give you some. I still gave out way more information in my course. Don't get it twisted. But at the end of the day, this is what you need. Find what you want to invest in it. Stay in it. Right? Buy as much as you can as often as possible. That is the biggest mistake that I made. I bought Bitcoin back here one time. I could have been buying and buying and buying and buying every month. I had an extra $500 something a month because I used to have a car note that was $530 something, and I paid the car off. And so I had 500, and so literally at this time, Bitcoin is like $150. I could have been buying 3 or 4 Bitcoin every single month. Instead, what I was buying, right? I'm willing to put my movie collection up against anybody. I probably have like the most movies of anybody ever, and they're all digital. I was buying movies. So I looked at all my movies one day, and I'm like, dude, it's probably 15 Bitcoin, maybe 5 Bitcoin in movies, just movies. Because I've been accumulating them since like 2008, 2009, right? That stuff has lost value. And then what pisses me off is I have like the whole 5 film collection. Get the whole 5 film. Like I got every Mission Impossible ever. And then I go on Prime or Netflix and there's all my movies for free. Like, what I buy the movie for? You can watch it for free. It only be free for like a month, but still, I'm like, man, I could have. What I buy it for, I could have just waited until it was free. That's all you're trying to do. Some of y'all are looking to do stuff that it's gonna lose its value like so fast. Some of y'all are looking to get married, right? I'm just gonna keep it real. You looking to spend all this money on a wedding, and you're going to get divorced in a few years. You don't even know it yet. And you done spent X amount. You done sold your crypto because you want to get married, and y'all not going to even make it. I've seen it happen, bro. These situations that I tell y'all about, I'm not making this up. This is stuff that's actually happened. I know a guy who I got him into a project, Pancake Swap, super early, right? Super early, same time that I got in. He sold way early without telling me, got into something else, got scammed, not only lost all his crypto, but he lost his savings account, checking account, and everything else. And his wife divorced him, not just because of that, because of other things too. They got divorced. I'm willing to bet that if he had became a millionaire like he was supposed to, I'm gonna put my odds a little, even though it was some other things going on. But I'm just saying, maybe they still would have been together. That's what holding can do for you, bro. And if you hold and you lose, what did you lose? You lose what you put in. Oh man, I put in 1,000. I put in 5,000. I put in. You put in what you can afford to lose. Oh man, that just didn't work out. And then when the next opportunity comes, you put in the same amount. You don't not take it. There are people who won't get into the stuff that I'm talking about because they lost money on something else. Oh man, I don't know about that crypto stuff. But dude, you got into Scooby-Doo token. You didn't get into something real. But you don't want to take a chance on something real because you lost on Scooby-Doo. Betty Boop. Trump 2002. Whatever it is. Anyway, I know most of y'all ain't gonna listen. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love, the likes. Share this with somebody. Share this with somebody that's trading right now, right? That you know is going through the same situation. Because I wish somebody had shared this kind of thing with me. It's your boy BSG. I'm gonna holler at y'all in the next video.